angry Aussie. 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 Angry Aussie. Aussie. Angry.
All right. Thursday night. Just tapping a thing. Mein Gott, what is happening here? Okie dokie. Tapping the thing that's tapping it. Oh, it's that. It's that. And there's bugger all I can do about that. Okay. Waiting for folks to join. I'll do the standard. I'm going to make a cocktail. Alrighty. And just very quickly. Let me see. We want the Trello. Where is the Trello? Discord, Differs, YouTube. Oh, did it legit fucking stop doing the Trello? Well, yeah. Fuck you, Microsoft. My semi-regular times to say that. Let me check this out. Okay, so that's what it's called, the blandings. Let's see, 3 new Netflix shows have 100% Rotten Tomatoes. What am I to do? Okay, I just want to see what garnish was recommended for the blendings. No garnish. That answers that. So I've got 100%. Yeah, Supercell. Savage Beauty. South African drama. Okay. And The Mole. That stupid fucking unscripted TV game show. Stupid shit. Not dodging. Anyway, a little bit of ranting from me. Get this out of the way. Get that there. Alright, move this around here to do the close-ups. Hey, Strictly Sega, how's it going? I forgot my... Okay. You're the first one to get the reveal then, Strictly Sega. I forgot my fucking cameras. So I have a steam warmer. Mrs. Angry actually put it there. So, like, kitten's in charge. I don't know whether they're watching it. Yeah. All right. I'm all right. Okay. What's in the cocktail syringe? This, actually. It's version of a Vieux Carré that's barrel aged. I put that in as a bonus. And given one of them leaked, I'm glad I did that. Okay. This camera. Oh, and that would be standard eFoods text. Oh, they're telling me an ETA. Well, that's always interesting. Around lunchtime. Okay. Right. Getting everything ready. Okie dokie. Artichoke. There. Now, to be getting ready. Oh my goodness, what are they laughing about so much in the lounge room? Oh no, that's what I want. Okay, landings. Apple brandy, Amaro, and sweet vermouth. Okay, so you go over here now, along with you. One sweet vermouth. I'm going to do Havana. Okay. Okay. Havana, Amaro. Where's my apple brandy? Is it? Apple brandy. And all right, that's everything. And okay, let's chill the glass. Get the ice ready. Ice, baby. Oh, slippery little sucker. Right. Dots are ready, so I'm getting. Oh, where's the fucking bit of ice go? I could just see myself treading on it and slipping and falling over and fucking breaking my neck. Alright. Get this. Now, and I'll get the lids off, and we are just about ready. My people go, chair. Book. In the building. And 60 mils of this. And the bitters. Okay. All right, I'm still quiet, so I'm still going over here. Butar. Stars on bars. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's do this pretty simple drink. All right. Now we add in the icens. And maybe a little bit more. Jesus Christ. I am very wayward with the ice tonight. Right. Let's go. Yummy. Some plants there. All right. Let's look close. Oops. Take a picture. Shopping for a record. Nice. Looking for something specific, or you're just in a shopping mood? Let me entertain you. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to do. Take a picture of it for the thumbnail. Ugh. Oh. Oh, what an animal. Thoroughly disreputable. I'll take them anyway. All right. Okay. Doing this. Okay, that's ready. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is called a blandings. And I'll just say that's not the most appetizing name for a cocktail I've ever heard. Bland. That's not a syllable I'd put in my cocktail name, but I didn't name it. It's essentially a cousin to a Manhattan, but the base spirit is apple brandy as opposed to a whiskey. I love a good Manhattan and a good I love a good Manhattan and a good Manhattan. Oh, wow. Why was that sentence difficult? I love a good Manhattan and a good Manhattan riff, so I'm keen to see how this one is. And that doesn't disappoint. Bringing in some Amaro to give deeper, richer flavors because the apple brandy is lighter than most whiskies and it comes together really well. Let me take you through the ingredients. You can go with the apple brandy of your choice. In the US, I know Applejack is very popular. That's quite difficult to get here. Some Australian distillers do make an apple brandy. I don't have any of those. Surprise, surprise. It's an Australian thing I don't have. I'm using a French Calvados. So this is quite a nice apple brandy. And it's, like I said, it's a lighter touch than whiskey would be in this drink. The modifiers are split. It's not simply a sweet vermouth, as you would get in a Manhattan, and it's not simply Amaro, as you get in a black Manhattan, but it's split evenly between the two. So I've gone with an Australian vermouth from South Australia and an Italian Averna Amaro, Sicilian. Wow, that was fucking shit. Okay. The modifier is split. It's not simply sweet vermouth, as you get in a regular Manhattan, or just the Amaro that you would get in a black Manhattan. It's split between the two. I've gone with an Australian sweet vermouth and an Italian Amaro, the Averna Amaro from Sicily. And they've come together really well. And it calls for just a little aromatic bitters. The recipe also said 5 drops, and I just went with a bit of a dribble, as you'll see. But it's all come together quite well. It's a very nice Manhattan alternative. Let me show you how to make it. In a mixing glass, put 2 ounces or 60 mils of apple brandy. Then add to that 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of the Amaro of your choice. Then 22.5 mils, 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth. And finally, somewhere around 5 drops of aromatic bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. And then I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. There's no garnish for this one. Stands on its own, and it does stand on its own quite well. If you like the boozy stir down drink, this one's for you. Definitely Manhattan fans, I think you'd appreciate this variation on it. And I'm always one for recommending experimentation. Try and riffs on the classics and see what people have come up with. This one is pretty good. The Blandings, I recommend you give it a go. And I recommend, just look after yourself. Whether you're having a drink or just relaxing, I hope you are taking care. I do hope to see you again sometime soon. Until I do, I'll say cheers. Alrighty. Let me switch stuff off and sit doon laddie. Okay. Just a little bit more in there. I'll pop the ice into there. Because I want to reuse that glass later, probably. Okay. Looks a lordy. Let me sit down. Okay. Ooh. Okay. You know how Rage saves playlist, pops them online, too old to stay up watching it? Yes, definitely. Me too. Song by Melbourne band called Fella called Nothing Else Matters. Bought the album. Listen from the start to finish kind of albums. Oh, okay. So that's all completely unfamiliar to me. Melbourne band called Fella with an album called Nothing Else Matters. Or a song called Nothing Else Matters. Not at all familiar to me. Man, that is pretty tasty. That's an 8 out of 10. I'm liking that. Ooh. Oh, and I don't even have the Discord open. And I probably should. Is there anything happening? There's nothing happening in the Discord, but that's okay. Dr. Abigail has a new phone. Nice. Here's hoping it's an improvement on your quality of life. I'll drink to that. Oh, you know what? Even though it didn't call for it, I'm going to put an orange. Oh man, that is pretty good drink. I'm going to put an orange peel in it. Okay, that was interesting. Why did it do that to me? Do. Do. Dropping that in. There's a weird little bit of orange. I'm going to do a bit more. A lot better than your previous phone in that it works. Nice. Samsung Galaxy Note S20 Ultra. And Lukey, hello. Have you been sick? Been playing Space Station 14? Well, I hope you're feeling at least a little better. And yes. Why does this feel so weird as I'm peeling this peel? Life's little mysteries. Okay. Cutting the pith off again. Stop it, mate. You're giving me the pith. I think this should probably go in the dishwasher tomorrow. Considering that, is that nice spritz? There we go. And you know what? Because I'm a special boy, I get a special cherry as well. Do. Oh, come on. From hell, dark heart, I stab at thee. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. You're watching RBT. I have no idea what that is. Binge watch the Twilight movies. As much as they were truly awful in most aspects, want to watch them again. Send help or churros. I think churros might help you. It's not, I don't want to go in with some thing. I mean, I just don't think they're worth my time. There are so many dozens of films I haven't seen that I would watch before the Twilight movies, and I am confident in my choice of not watching them. Road breath testing. Oh, people getting pulled over during. Okay, one of those cop shows. Yes. No, none will ever beat the New Zealand one, and I forget what it's called. But everything the New Zealand cops do is so pedestrian. It's glorious. Yeah, Lukey, I could be wrong, but I think Cops is the original one. And there's been quite a few spin-offs on TV here, things with names like Highway Patrol and God, what is the New Zealand one called? Because well, that's another New Zealand cop show, Wellington Paranormal, that is definitely worth watching. Great show. But yes, the unscripted cop one that's the equivalent of Highway Patrol, is just delightful because it's so low stakes. Everything about it is just really low stakes. All right, so what's in the lifetime ban? Oh yeah, Navy Strength Gin, Sherry, and Blanco Vermouth. Make that in a little while. I'm just sipping my way through this one. Oh, that really is quite good. Good stuff. Whoever came up with the blend. I could look it up. Using one that has cops scurrying ducks off the freeway. Ooh, and the phone has a built-in stylus. That's pretty classy. Wait, Temu is selling alcohol? Oh, that's what I friggin' want. Reusable cruise flask kits. Or is it just booze accoutrements, not actual booze? Alcohol tester? What the fuck is that? Okay. God, now I'm going to waste time looking at Temu. I've never bought anything off Temu. 12-piece concealable and reusable. Yeah, that's... Oh, I am going to have to make my first Temu purchase, I think. Oh! This will probably kill me. An alcohol still. 3 gallons. Less than $200. Oh, I could friggin' see that turning into a disaster. Damn. Temptation's pretty goddamn strong, though. Shot straw. Oof. Yeah, what's... Oh, they have a security validation I've never seen before. So what does this do? Wine, alcohol meter. Is it a spectrometer? It's weird. People who bought this also bought, there's all these booze related things and then a pair of shoes. And best trimmer for balls. Exactly what it sounds like. It's a body hair trimmer that they're claiming is really good for your scrotum. Bricks testing, yeah. Refractometers. Oof. So very tempting. Weird stuff on Temu. Oh, you know, there's lots of reasons to avoid Temu, definitely. So I've never used it. Hey, Fallen Dreams, doing well. How are you? Can all websites sell your info? And yes, the likelihood of slave labor being involved, really high. I don't know how long Temu will last when it'll all fall apart in some scandal. But yes, there are a number of reasons I've never bought anything from there. Security, first and foremost. Oh, that's so fucking tasty. Actually, see the thing of buy local. The thing that really caught my eye are these little drink pouches. And I've been trying to freaking work out where they'd be locally. But of course, here's the irony. If I could find them, they probably came from the same factory in China that Temu sell from. It's a wise position to take, Celtic, to not trust Temu. But yeah, it actually just caught my eye that they had the exact thing I've been looking for quite a while and haven't been able to find. So, in fact, look, I'll show you what I'm talking about. If anyone has a hot tip on where the fuck I could find them locally, these things. Oh, here we are. Where are we? They call them concealable and reusable pouches. But yes, you see, it's like little different size things. Oof, except those are actually too big. I don't want things that big. I want things that are 3 to 5 ounces in size, honestly. But those things, I've been looking for them for ages, and I don't know where to get them. So if anyone has a hot tip on an Australian retailer who sells them, I would really like to know, because I've been looking for them for ages. And all the most likely suspects that I've gone to have not had them. Which is very frustrating. Man, that is a nice drink. 8 out of 10 for the blandings. Has Celtic got any VD updates? I mean, it's same old with that lad, unfortunately. Though I do hope for the day that we get the breakthrough thing, like he's come out of rehab and it's taken, and he plans on getting his shit together and plans on stop being a bigoted cockhead. I just dripped a drink on myself. Okay. That's fine. So for 9 Celsius, yes, well, we have maybe got past the extremes of that cold snap, because the overnight lows are not as low as they were. And it's refreshing. It is true, Dr. Abigail. Rehab only works if you really wanted to. And Loogie, that's a reasonably good tip, actually. There is no Aldi anywhere near me, but I might see an Aldi at some point. Actually, God, you've now put it into my head. I've got an exact shopping center I'm going to go to try. Bins weren't actually this morning, but one of a million questions. It was green and rubbish this week. Again, the plasma bags would be much bigger than what I want. I want the ones that are actually designed to hold a beverage. Drinking 0% beer. Do you actually like that stuff? I mean, I don't drink alcohol beer because I hate the taste of it. So the idea of drinking something that tastes as horrible as beer that doesn't even get you drunk is weird. He's gotten punched for preaching against interracial marriage. I mean, good. I don't know if that will get through to him. There's an Aldi near you. Next time I'm at the Bitters Lab, I can check it out. Okay. Well, blood is a beverage for certain persons. That's true. But I think the average blood bag is of greater volume than what I'm looking for. with the disclaimer that I'm certainly not an expert. Mm. The blood wine. Kaplach. Do, 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 do. Safi, you actually wanted the taste of beer without getting drunk. Well, fair enough. It's an acquired taste, I guess. Lemon, lime, and bitters will not have any measurable amount of alcohol in it. The amount of alcohol in pre-made lemon, lime, and bitters is possibly more than 0, but it's such a low amount. And I mean, at most 0.1% doesn't qualify as an alcoholic beverage. So your blood bags are a pint, or is it a liter? I obviously don't know. I want something that's between 100 and 200 mils. So, 5 ounces, something like that. That's the size I want. You may well be right that there may be some constraint on a non-medical person being allowed to buy blood bags. I did see that actually someone I work with lives near it, but the industrial fire that's taking days to burn out just because of the industrial waste that's on fire. Oh, anyway, okay, I'm going to make a short cocktail video. This is the one I tried to make the other night, and both my cameras fucked up on me differently at different times. And so I didn't have all the footage I wanted, so I just fucking deleted it all and go, you know what? I'm going to start from scratch. So fuck me. Okay, so getting set up again. Bring this light over here. Let's do the close-up slow motion first. And we bring this over here. Okay, bring this over here. Right, okay, want the different ingredients. Lifetime ban. Okay, so this goes back. Navy strength gin. Was that even 60 mils left in this? Okay. We will put that and that there. And we will put the Amaro away. Back into the mysterious cupboard of mystery you go. Okay. We are getting 30 mils of everything. Just a teeny bit left in that bottle. Right. You bloody well right. Okay, let me get these thingies in order. Fill the glass some more. That'll do. You sit there. You sit there, and now we're ready to go. Get ready, because here I come now. Right. Oh man, I didn't open this bottle of sherry. New bottle. Wasting a bit of time while I get the thing on. There we go. Glug, glug, glug. Gotta love that. And Blanco Vermouth. All right. That's those ingredients. Now we put it in the ice. Ice, baby. Maybe even a little bit more pressure ice. Because, so why not use it? All right. That's all ready. Do that. That's all right. Good. Okay. Maybe strength in, so give it a good stir. Oh, that tastes pretty good too. Never would have thought I'd like sherry in cocktails, but I do. All right. That's the slow-mo close-ups. Hello, Hannah. I'll be sitting down in a moment. Just got to do the talky bit. As it's a short, it's less 60 seconds. Unless I fuck it up, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Famous last words. Okay, that's ready. Off to the races. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is called a lifetime ban. And given it features Navy strength gin, if you're not careful, have too many of these, you might behave in a way that would get you a lifetime ban from most venues. But let's give it a taste. Ooh, and it certainly tastes approachable and not that scary. Let's hope we don't get banned. I'll show you how to make it. In a mixing glass, we put 1 ounce or 30 ml of Navy strength gin, then 1 ounce or 30 ml of sherry, and then 1 ounce or 30 ml of Blanco Vermouth. The glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. Wow, why did I bugger up the last word? Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. The vermouth and the sherry bring down the alcohol content a bit from the Navy strength gin. Still a very tasty drink, worth trying. The lifetime ban. Cheers. All right, that's it for video, and I feel like it was a success tonight as opposed to a failure the other night. That's why I had to redo it. I think it was last Friday night. Last Friday night? Yeah, that sounds about right. And I tried to do those and they didn't work. And I got paranoid. Alrighty, there we go. I do like to talk. Oh, you found them for me, Dr. Abigail. Oh, blood bags. Yeah, no. No. I need little cheap things, but thank you for the research. Okay. So, lifetime ban. Man, that's quite nice too. Oh, two nice drinks. Nice. All right, I'm going to put my garnishes back in it. Do, 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 do. Oh, okay. Hannah, because I haven't actually said exactly what they're for. I'll show you what I actually want. These are on the Temu site. They call them concealable, reusable, sneaky liquor pouches. But you get like fruit juice in some of these in the supermarket. And I want smaller ones than those. Like those are saying 17 ounce and 8 ounces. I want optimal size would be 5 to 6 ounces. I suppose I could live with the 8 ounce ones because I don't have to fill it up. But I literally want that because I occasionally send samples of booze or cocktails to people, and these seem like they would be much better than the various ways I've done it in the past. Lightweight and less likely to rupture. So that's what I want. Those things. Okay, I love the random question stuff. Is golf a rich person's sport? Yes and no. Lots of people who aren't rich will play golf, but to get seriously into it, you need to have a disposable income. But I know my brothers would play golf at the Dubbo Golf Club, which rules out it being a rich person's exclusivity. But you do get the very upmarket clubs that are very exclusive and very discriminatory. And yes, Dubbo does have a golf club. Travel pouch. Okay, so that's Amazon. Oh, wait, isn't it Amazon Day soon? I've got an Amazon membership. Doctor and Mothman wearing roller skates walk into a bar. Doctor asks Mothman, "Why are you glowing?" Mothman says he skated too close to a reactor and was mutated into a moth. Okay. That's not how those walked into a bar things usually go. So, did the Dubbo Golf Club have decent food? I don't know. I never went there. Actually, that's not strictly speaking true. I basically never went there. Certainly not as. You know what? Let's look up Dubbo Golf Club. See what their bistro's like. Where are we? Okay, now word of caution: the Dubbo Golf Club's in West Dubbo, so fair warning. Dubbo Golf Club dining and functions menu. Oh, they call it the Fairways Asian Restaurant. Okay. Prawn crackers, hot chips. Okay, yeah. Soups, Chinese vegetables, Singapore noodles, beef plum sauce, pork spare ribs, honey chicken, and Mongolian lamb and other sizzling dishes, black pepper dishes, salt and pepper dishes. Very white person's idea of China. Mainly China. This is the white person's idea of Chinese food. Not saying it's going to be bad. Oh, they've even got laksa. Never had laksa when I was in Dubbo. Chinese banquet. Mini spring rolls, curry triangle, sweet and sour pork, beef and black bean sauce, braised chicken and cashew nuts, fried rice. This is I am just going to stick with very white person's idea of Chinese food. Oh, they do have some Thai food. There you go. I wonder who is running it. Because that was one thing about Dubbo. All the Chinese restaurants were actually run by Chinese families. But there you go. They do quote unquote Asian food at the Dubbo Golf Club. I like broad spectrum Asian food, but yeah, I do like Chinese food. No, my brothers went. That's what I'm saying. That's what rules out golf being a rich person's exclusivity. Because my brothers would play it. Yeah, like white trash. You've fallen down a wormhole. And yes, I was actually aware there were bras that had false pouches in them to hold alcohol. Yes. There's a few games like that, I think, Loogie. Space Station 13. You have to play it to understand it. Oh, the name. The wine rack. Damn. Now Amazon thinks you're up to no good. Looking up small kitchen scales earlier, now sealable boon bags. Just recommended a coffee grinder to you. Yep. They think you're at the booze and the droogs. No, I don't like golf at all. I can't play it. I've never played it. And I'm very awkward and uncoordinated with swinging bats and clubs. Okay, sucking in Chinese meme. Like I love that as a meme and as a story. That guy, like, what's the crime? Enjoying a succulent Chinese meme. That guy was stealing from restaurants that were running on razor thin margins and can't afford a cockhead who goes in and orders a lot of food and then refuses to pay for it. So while I have to admit, I do genuinely enjoy that video, that meme. I can't wholeheartedly enjoy it because the guy is a fucking jerk. Well, that was the whole thing. He was a serial pest who would go into restaurants, order a bunch of food and eat it, and then refuse to pay for it with the belief that they couldn't get it from him. And he's being arrested the 50th time he's done it. So he's an asshole. Because restaurants, cafes are running on razor thin margins, and they're usually family businesses, and fucking stealing from them is bullshit. I got kitchen scales for cocktail shenanigans, but yeah, I needed really accurate, like to 10th or 100th of a gram scales, and the only way you get them is from the places that sells stuff targeted at drug users. See, I don't even like say dine and dashing. I just like to say stealing. That's one way to do it. So, Hannah, Heimlich them till you get the food back. Yeah. So I am not okay with stealing from sort of family-run restaurants. You're looking up if inflation happened at Black Plague. Black Plague killed like a third of Europe. In fact, for the survivors, it was a boom time. It was the birth of the middle class. It was like there was so much resources freed up. The survivors did really well. Sneak poos into concerts, double agent shoes. Yeah, I don't feel that compelled to smuggle booze into places. So, like you're saying, it's a role play based game. Oh, the succulent Chinese meal guy. His meal claimed not to have money. Yeah, no, he was a serial pest who was just fucking stealing from people. He's an asshole. I was not under the impression the Black Sea had anything to do with the Black Plague, but I don't know. I don't drink alcohol at concerts. I mean, I don't even go to concerts. I mean, a lot of concerts are licensed venues and you can get alcohol. I haven't been to concerts for decades. I'm too fucking old. Poor thing must be struggling. There's me or something. Let me get something happen later. Where's the roach bait? Yeah. Yes. So that guy was a jerk, is what we're saying. Oh, okay. Now I'm sure I've been getting ads about it because I subscribe to it, but it must be. I think it's is when is pineapple season? Prime Day. When is Prime Day? It's next Tuesday. Okay. All right. So again, the irony, I get this from Amazon. Still going to be slave labor involved in it, but slightly lower security risk for me than Temu. Ow, sorry. I'm going to ask. You get the thing where you're like, there's an itch in my leg and you scratch it, and it feels really good when you scratch it and you want to scratch harder, and it's like, I can't stop, but I have to stop because I'll break the skin and fucking it will hurt. If you knew of a foolproof way to bring nice whiskey, tip of coke in the footy. Yeah. Populous, I assume this is a Wikipedia thing. Black Sea from the dark color water climatic conditions. Some scholars understand the name to be derived from a system of color symbolism. Okay. Bezos is not honest. Bezos is a steaming pile of shit. Get giant test tube contains disguised tampons. I do remember, like, again, yeah, people do try to smuggle alcohol into football games. The one that I thought was really interesting, like, you were allowed to bring some food, like oranges, and people getting a syringe and injecting an orange with vodka. So there's no visible damage to the orange. It just it's just an orange, completely innocent. Then you cut open and it's like instant screwdriver, vodka and orange juice. I just and this might surprise some people because of how much I do the cocktails and whatnot. No compulsion whatsoever to drink alcohol at a football game. I almost never go to football games, and normally, like, I'd be taking a visitor to one, but pretty much no compulsion to drink alcohol at a live event. No, it wasn't the 80s, Safra. It was like now. So yeah, I mean, very, very, very hard to trace that someone has laced their orange with vodka. Get the hips wiggling. Yeah. But it's a thing. All right. It's a whole thing. So yeah, Strictly Sega got some samples in the mail, including of this, which is a barrel-aged cocktail, which I'm going to have a little nip of before I stop drinking alcohol for the night. I mean, it's Thursday, which is almost Friday, which is basically the weekend. Why did I think that was empty? There was a good, decent swig in there. Okay. And you're going to suggest if you need the extremes of slinking alcohol, you might need some support. It's a thing. People wanting to drink at live events. Well, see, and that's the thing. Back when I used to go to gigs, I didn't drink alcohol, so it was a thing. Okay, you haven't tasted yours yet? Okay. So far, I had the second serving of the thing I had the other night, actually. Chicken Alfredo pasta bake, which I got from the supermarket. And it was pretty fucking yummy, quite honestly. It wasn't frozen. It was, in the fridge section. And it was me and my bargain hunting. It was marked down because it was within a day or two of going out of date. So I'm like, I'll have that. It was this big fucking thing. It was several meals. You went to a Carl Barron stand-up show. Hour and a half, not a single second where everyone was seated. Constant stream of people getting up to buy drinks. Yeah, well, that'd be Carl Barron fans for you. And they walked in with 2 to 4 drinks each. Yeah. I think Carl Barron's funny. It just kind of sounded like I was shitting on Carl Barron. I think Carl Barron's pretty funny. Very, very Aussie battler, that bloke. But I'm not surprised his fan base drinks a lot during the gig. Smell. It's really nice. Like I said, it's a riff on one of my favorite cocktails, the Vieux Carré, which I barrel aged for. I don't even remember. It was 2 to 4 weeks. I think it was probably 4 weeks. And I really friggin' like it. Yeah, it's got sweet vermouth and Benedictine to give it a bit of sweet. It's probably some sugar syrup in it too. I don't remember, but it's got like whiskey and brandy in it as well. You think it's a social anxiety thing? Most people either overtly or covertly admit drinking alcohol in social situations is to calm their anxiety. All right, Soph likes it too. Thank you, Soph. Glad you like it. A couple left together and he called them out because it was so weird. The question is, did they come in together? Or did they come in separately and then hook up at the Carl Barron show and then leave together? Oh. Oh, and on top of all the usuals, the barrel aging, it's picked up the smoky oakiness from the char on the inside of the barrel. That's really good. I really like that. I need to make another cocktail to go in the barrel and leave it there for a month or so. Yeah, it sits with you. I agree. So it's like you don't just swig and it's gone. It has a very lingering taste. And yeah, it's definitely you're breathing through it after swallowing it. So Hannah, second row of a concert hall for Jim Owen. Mid-show, they got up and left together. Came back 5 minutes with a drink each. Okay. There you go. Oh well. Yeah, it's a whole thing, I guess. But it's not for me. Oh, I just okay, what? Sci-fi's greatest cult classic. Oh god, they're including the Blade Runner sequel? I agree. Blade Runner is a fucking stupendous film. I don't hate Blade Runner 2049. In fact, I probably want to rewatch it. Hey Justin, how you doing? I thought Ryan Gosling was particularly good in Blade Runner 2, but just the politics of it, um, I thought was quite good. You got a phobia of crowds? Yeah, you're not alone, man. Ranked 4 out of 5. I'd rank the original Blade Runner higher, um, but Blade Runner 2049 is pretty good. Oh, that's what I was trying to work out. What YouTube I'm logged into here. Uh, 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 uh. All right, so that's actually the Angry Aussie channel. Okay. What am I logged into on this browser? Okay. Generic login. Am I logged into anything on Firefox? Because I was basically looking for inspiration. Oh, yes. Ugh. Okay, I have apparently forgotten the password. All right. I do actually have it written down. Oh, well, okay, fuck that. Now I'm probably going to get emails going, someone just tried to log into your account 6 times. Yeah. You're getting a sleep apnea splint. Okay. I just use the CPAP machine. Oh, you actually. Yeah, no, I saw Blade Runner when it was new. Yeah. But you actually saw it post Matrix. Yeah, no, it was such an influential movie. And what I particularly like about Blade Runner is the way it just hints at certain things without ever explaining them. It doesn't see the need to explicitly tell you everything. There's just like off-world colonies and there's these big companies on, and it's just like drops you in it. No, I did not hear about the latest Boogie doing. Not altogether sure who that is. Uh, is it who? Oh yeah, okay, it's who I think it is. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. Goodness me. Where's news? Keemstar says Boogie's not suicidal following alleged fake cancer diagnosis controversy. So he faked having cancer? Is that what they're saying? I don't know. Weird fucking YouTube people. Yeah, I know. He was like OG YouTube. So his wife left him. He went downhill, had lap band, dated an 18-year-old. Most recent thing seems to be people saying he faked having cancer. But you know, Boogie is like old school YouTube. But certainly not anyone I ever followed. But certainly aware of them. You know, it's a whole thing being in the public eye and people having parasocial relationships with you and also kind of desperately wanting to maintain. Oh, I did see there was a thing about a crypto scam as well. A crypto just generally being a scam. And this week it's I have cancer. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I feel it's safe to say that he's somewhere. You could sort of do a Venn diagram of, you know, pretty serious mental health issues, just, you know, brought about by bad things happening in his life and being in the public eye, and outright scammer. Uh, and he's like a little of column A and column A, or you know, even not Venn diagrams, probably the wrong one. It's like one of those XY matrix where it's like how much is his behavior caused or influenced by mental instability, and how much of his behavior is he's just a straight up scammer. So you used to watch him. Oh yeah, the character Francis. Yeah, yeah, Safi. You don't want to be a public figure, even like really rich, wealthy, successful, like your movie stars, rock stars, and whatever. They can't have a normal life. Like, yes, you know, boo-hoo, poor them. All they've got is their millions of dollars, but they can't have a normal life. You know, that's not good. I know. Sorry, man. It's just the scratching becomes fucking addictive. Um, like the more you scratch, the more you want to scratch. It's really a fucking thing. Yes. Was I really itching or am I jacking off under the camera's view? You'll never know. You don't even know if I've got pants on. Actually, you do because I was walking around there, so that doesn't really work. Okay, you're even worse than me, strictly saying. Honestly. Oh dear. Uh, oh my god, that's such a nice drink. Yum. Oh, there you go. Brace for. I got to pace myself because I'm probably not necessarily, but probably doing a Saturday night stream. So and there's party night. How hard do I go? Maybe this whole thing. I love that there's a thank you because I called you out for being worse than me. Oh god. Oh man, that's fucking nice. But now I'm going to have my very nice non-alcoholic drink. I got my clarified smoky lemon sweet tea. Again, the clarification process is amazing. This was black tea, and I mean strong black tea, and clarified it, and it's gone this color, which I find to be amazing. But I am actually going to mix it up with my mineral water, because I like it better that way. Do that. What have you been up to, Safa? You were driving? Cops impounded a Vic Red P plater. Yeah, no, there's a limit on the sort of car you can have on your Ps, rightly so. It does. Well, that's 9 out of 10 of the clarified cocktails end up looking like a urine sample. It's just a question of how hydrated the donor is. Very self-effacing, strictly saying it. Everyone's thinking it. I'm just stupid enough to say it. I had a moment then when I was pouring that going, am I pouring too much? Am I going to be pissed? And I was like, no, wait, it's not alcoholic. And yes, Luigi, you are right. Green tea looks about the same, but that was black tea. It's very dark. And it's a smoky black tea, Lapsang Souchong, which is really hard to get these days. You used to just be able to get in the supermarket. You kind of can't now. But Mrs. Angry has a specialty tea place she orders from, and she says, oh, they've got Lapsang Souchong. Do you want me to order you some? I said, yes, please. I mean, probably. I think tea generally has some caffeine in it. Nothing remotely approaching what's in coffee. Oh, that's good. Yum-ho. Tea and lemon oleosaccharum and lemon juice. Clarified with a mix of dairy and coconut milk. You reckon green tea has heaps of caffeine? Okay, I'm ignorant. I'll see if the internet will make me less ignorant. Caffeine in green tea versus coffee. Based on this is US FDA, Food and Drug Administration. An 8-ounce cup of coffee typically contains 80 to 100 milligrams of caffeine. An 8-ounce cup of green tea is typically 30 to 50. So it's half, which is still a fucking lot. And there are obviously variations. Obviously, some coffee will have more, some will have less. And obviously, some green teas will have more and some will have less. But it's saying broadly, green tea has half the caffeine of coffee, which is still a fucking lot. Black tea definitely doesn't have that much coffee. Really? They're saying black tea has the same amount of caffeine as green tea. This is my ignorance showing out because I didn't think that. And yeah, that is the US, definitely. But first result on web search says green tea and black tea basically have the same amount of caffeine. I think a few people in my family drink coffee. It was not big growing up. Tea was. I drink energy drinks that probably have more caffeine than coffee in it. Uh, yeah. Well, see, I I like the taste of black tea more than green tea. But I don't mind. Like, Mrs. Angry and I went to. There's this Japanese tea house on Chapel Street. Um, Young Miss Angry bought us this really quite expensive high tea there. I think it was a Christmas present. Holy fuck, it was good. And they had some really interesting teas, and I quite liked it. You think there's an coffee gene in your family? Yeah, I don't know what it was. There definitely was not coffee in my house growing up. There was tea, but not coffee. Ooh, you like these black tea with clover honey, expensive honey. There you go. You like Earl Grey with no milk, one sugar, hint of lemon. Mrs. Angry just has God, there must be 20 different teas out there. And I use them sometimes making cocktails, particularly clarified cocktails, because they're a good flavor element. Make a really strong tea of some description and mix it in with the booze and then clarify it. You know, like this, which is Lapsang Souchong, really strong, smoky black tea. And it makes for a very interesting beverage. So yeah, like I even got some like there's a popular liqueur called amaretto, which is an almond flavored uh liqueur. And I was looking at like the exotic flavored um teas in the supermarket, and there was an Italian almond and something tea, and I thought I could probably use that as like a non-alcoholic amaretto flavor. And so I have used that when making clarified cocktails as well to try and put an interesting flavor into it. But yeah, Mrs. Angry is the big tea fan. She drinks coffee sometimes too. Actually, she always orders, which is sort of sacrilege for Melbourne. She orders a weak decaf coffee, weak decaf latte. A bit of Star Trek lore. Picard drank fewer cups of Earl Grey tea than Janeway drank cups of coffee. She was a caffeine fiend. Yeah, she was a bit of a wild one. Speaking of which, I was noticing that the animated series Star Trek Prodigy is on Netflix now. Second season of it. Probably going to watch that. That was not bad. It was like a kids Star Trek animation where all the characters are young. It's not bad. It's pretty good Star Trek, really. Yes. Also, it's of all the Starfleet captains, which Starfleet captains committed the most war crimes? That's a topic you can argue for a while. Why don't Aussies have peas with fish and chips? Because we're not weird. I did actually see that news headline. The kid from Alf died. I think he was only early 40s. Which again, Hollywood will fuck you up, man. I don't think so he's 46. I don't think I watched much Alf at all. I'm vaguely familiar with the show and the characters and the tropes about like Alf like to eat cats. Honestly, I think that was a weird eat pussy joke. Was that a Janeway thing? Invade a sentient nebula for coffee? The Trade Federation from Star Wars prequels is based on Star Trek. I've never heard that. But I've not looked into it because I don't care. That is true. Cisco fought an actual war and had fewer war crimes than Janeway. So I suppose Janeway's in an undeclared war. She's just committing crimes against humanity, crimes against sentience. Whereas, Cisco's in an actual war. He did some fairly extreme things in the war. But he had a fairly extreme enemy. Actually, speaking of things, Trek and wars, I am enjoying The Acolyte, the newest Star Wars series on Disney Plus, which kind of seems to be revolving around the promise of like, are we sure the Jedi aren't assholes? Which I have that's been my position for a while. I've advocated that for a while. The Jedi, essentially assholes. But are you going to binge The Acolyte? Yeah, no spoilers, but I don't think it's a spoiler to say a central premise of it seems to be, are we sure the Jedi aren't total pieces of shit? I have to admit, I just fucking cackle at the incel MRA argument against the movie The Last Jedi, being really upset that Luke cut himself off from the Force, rejected the Jedi way, ran away and hid and saying that that's dumb, why would you do that? It's like, I'm sorry, could someone answer for me what did both Yoda and Obi-Wan do when they totally fucked up? Did they run off to a really remote planet and hide themselves? Did they? Is that not simply a thing that Jedi do when they inevitably fuck up? They go, oh, well, fuck, shit, I'm out. I'm just going to go retire somewhere now. Fake Star Wars fans. That's all I'm saying. Yes, if you know the deep lore, the Jedi are all fucked in the head. Yeah. Acolyte, further proof Disney hates Star Wars. Okay, I'm guessing that's a joke about the incels, but I'm not sure because you've done a deadpan. Yeah, I was going to say what I like about The Acolyte, but that's in danger of being a spoiler, and I don't want to do spoilers. Um, I don't know that I don't know that that was a Disney thing, saying all the novels and whatnot aren't canon, but I don't know, and I don't care. So I'm just seeing the memes. Strictly Sega posting in the Discord. Maturing is realize you don't need fun to have alcohol. Yes. No sarcasm or joking. Well, disagree wholeheartedly. But then again, you think the prequels are good. So uh, I have no qualms about disagreeing with you on Star Wars. So, picking a fight. Yeah. All right, close these Temu because I'm not going to buy anything off Temu. Uh, and again, thinking you were being sarcastic or whatever because you were using the exact phraseology of incels and MRAs, you'll have to forgive me. Or you don't have to. But that's why I asked the question, because that's who uses that language. No one has to forgive me for anything. Who knows if I'm worthy of forgiveness? Probably not, honestly. God, just looking at New Zealand's warning of air and water quality after toxic Melbourne factory fire. Yep, that's bad. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. There's so many gross fucking stories of violence against women and children. Oh, it's so fucked. Sorry, I'm now looking. I clickbait headlines shit me. Um, you have solid arguments why the prequels are good. My arguments why the prequels are not good are the script, the dialogue. Oh dear. But anyway, again, this is a personal experience of art or entertainment. We experience entertainment, art, performance in a personal way. So it's fine. Sorry, I was halfway through talking about clickbait headlines and I shouldn't click on them, but a 32-year-old Aussie reveals penis dating deal breaker. I need to know what that shit is. A 32-year-old posted a lengthy list of minimum requirements she expects from men she's dating. Must own a car, be in shape, have a specific sized penis, and never cheated in prior relationships. She wants someone financially stable, wants marriage, but hasn't been. Okay, you're a fucking moron. Okay? When you get to the point of in your 30s, anyone, male or female, who is in their 30s and said they're looking for someone who wants marriage but hasn't been married before is fucked in the head. I don't really give a shit about all the other things she said, but anyone who's into their 30s and has this ridiculous thing about, I want someone who wants marriage, but they can never have been married before. The cognitive dissonance in that is so extreme. You're a fucking idiot. An absolute fucking idiot. The script is terrible. Okay, it is the worst dialogue ever. Like all the scenes of, and this is the bit that really is fingernails on a chalkboard for me. All the bits with Anakin and Padme is like, makes me think George Lucas has never talked to a girl. So I guess I actually meant the dialogue rather than the script. The dialogue is fucking appalling. Safa, there's nothing wrong with being in your 30s. What I'm saying is anyone who's into their 30s, and I've seen this a few times, and says they want someone who wants to get married but has never been married. It's like, you're a fucking moron. Let's see. You have a good one. The 666, 6 foot, 6 figure bank account, 6-inch penis. I mean, I'm just glad I'm not fucking dating or looking to date, quite honestly. What was the layer in hand relationship? You mean like, the the aggressive coercion, the creepiest shit stuff that Han does? I agree. It does. Not only does it have some good lightsaber duels, I think the set battle sequences in the prequels are fucking awesome. I think all the set piece, whether it's space battles or ground battles in the prequels, I think they're fucking awesome. I think they are really good. I think basically all the lightsaber duels are good. I think all the land battles are good, and I think all the space battles are good. I think they're fucking awesome. I know, but the fucking videos you've sent me about the prequels are longer than the fucking prequels. For fuck's sake. What do you mean, change my mind? I fucking watched them. I don't need someone on YouTube arguing abstract points. I've watched them more than once. And yes, the Duel of the Fates music is epic. Justin, you're 35, you'd rather be 25. My advice is enjoy whatever age you're at. I think just the John Williams scores generally across all the movies are very good. But yeah, I like to call out the strength of various things. The one thing I won't say anything good about is Rise of Skywalker. That was a fucking abomination. But like I said, if someone's going to ask my opinion on something, I'm not going to be shy about giving it. But when it's talking about the appreciation of any form of entertainment or art, I try to keep my rational head in there and go, you know what? People experience these things subjectively, and there are a million personal elements that color what degree you do it. Stricky, so you think the sequels were a bit of a letdown? I thought Force Awakens was orders of magnitude better than I thought it was going to be. I think Last Jedi is one of the best of all the Star Wars movies. And I think the Rise of Skywalker is an inexcusable abomination. It's so much... It's ridiculous how bad and nonsensical it is. It literally defies belief that they made something that bad. And one of the biggest problems with the sequel trilogy is there was not an overarching narrative that was agreed upon. There was that in the original trilogy, there was that in the prequels, and there was not that with the sequels, and that was ridiculous. I know you hard agree, but then again, you like the you like the prequels, so your opinion doesn't sway me very much, like at all. But again, like I said, I'm trying to be rational and say our experience of entertainment and art is subjective and personal. I get very leery of people who want to take a high road and argue about their view on things being objective. Have I looked up Lucas's draft for sequels? No. Well, again, he fucking denied he was gonna do it at one point, which was super surreal because I was such a hardcore Star Wars nerd. I know that when Empire Strikes Back came out and confused everyone by calling itself Episode 5, and everyone's like, "What?" And it's because Lucas said, no, because my grand vision is there's 3 movies. This is going to be a trilogy, and there will be 3 movies before it and 3 movies after it. Again, Han Solo had great lines in The Force Awakens about the Force, the Jedi, it's all real. But the best Star Wars movie is Rogue One. I fucking love that movie. Got me right in the feels, that one. The characters I didn't know, and it's just like, okay, this is going to be interesting because these characters aren't in anything else. And so you don't know what's going to happen to any of them. And sure enough, they fucking killed them all. No, I love Ben Mendelsohn out there showing there are space Australians. And he's done that in both the Star Wars universe and the Marvel universe. He's established the existence of space Australians, which I think is just fucking awesome. Because everyone else in sci-fi has English or fucking American accents. But thanks to Ben Mendelsohn, we know there are space Australians. And I, for one, feel better knowing there are space Australians out there. Also, Mendo's cool as fuck. You love Ben Mendelsohn, Space Australian. He needs to be in something Star Trek. Mendo has to be in something Star Trek and be a Space Australian in Star Trek, because that would just be perfect. Oh my god, so I grew up with Ben Mendelsohn. Like I remember he did a bunch of movies when he was a teenager and early 20s. And it was really interesting. He played different sorts of suburban boys. There were like 3 different movies I saw. There was a comedy called The Big Steal, which is a great comedy. Oh god, he was a scary fucking crim in one. And there was one that was just like a family kitchen sink drama. And in each of those, he was a very different suburban boy. And yes, he was in Spotswood too. I wasn't actually thinking of Spotswood. I think Ben Mendelsohn was a bit of a pin-up. Yeah, no Australians in Star Trek. We need Mendo to go full Mendo in Star Trek. What's that coming from? Enemy would rather toss an entire moon at you, kill you, and fight you in person. Loogie, I think Harrison Ford wanted to die, or Harrison Ford wanted Han Solo to die. I also love Justin, because in Star Wars everything's just a something planet, a desert planet, a water planet, an ice planet, a jungle planet. Like that's what planets are. They're one thing. What would an Australian planet be like? Full Mendo doesn't necessarily have to be angry Mendo. It just means he's going full on. The full Mendo is just really going for it. That's right. Yeah, that's why they froze Han Solo in Carbonite, because they were having trouble convincing Harrison Ford to come back for extra movies. And he literally would only do the sequels if he died. But yeah. Okay, Loogie, you're being too glib there. Could have recast Han Solo. There's no way the fandom would stand. At least they did. They did do the movie with the young Han Solo. That's Mendo in Star Trek. Bloody Cardassians, mate. Bastards. Yes, Mendo should actually be a Starfleet captain. The idea of Ben Mendelsohn as a Starfleet captain is just fucking awesome. I was initially thinking he should be a baddie or an alien or whatnot, but no, he should be a Starfleet captain. That would be fucking awesome. All right, now I've got to look up Ben Mendelsohn's filmography so I can say what the movies are I was thinking of. Where he just played suburban teenagers, and he managed to make them so different. Where is his IMDb? So he was such a handsome young man, and he's a very characterful older man. Oh god, was he in The Bad Batch? Okay, as Orson Krennic. Okay, going way back to his early stuff. Where are we? Idiot Box. That was one. He was like a low-level crim in Idiot Box. It's like 3 that really did it for me. The Big Steal was the comedy that he was really good in. And I mean, he actually did way more, but there were 3 that really stood out to me. So, trying to remember. The Big Steal. And yeah, he was in Spotswood, but that's not one I was thinking of. And he was in Metal Skin, but I wasn't thinking of that either. Idiot Box was when he was a crim. What was it? Looking through his... Fuck was it? God, he was even in Farscape. Jesus. No, Secret Life of... I'm missing it. What was the fucking third one that I remember? Okay. I'm going to have to look at a couple of these. TV miniseries, TV series. Return Home. Okay. I'm sure it was Return Home. Yeah, so there were these 3. Okay, now I've pegged them. So, oh my god, what the hell? Okay, so Return Home was 1990, The Big Steal was 1990, and Idiot Box. Idiot Box was 96. It was that much later. Okay. But he was, he was basically playing suburban boy. Um, and yet he made each of the characters different, which I really liked. Safa, would you be intrigued to know I do have an IMDb entry? Okay. You're thinking about revisiting Metal Skin. I maybe want to as well, because that was directed by, if I remember rightly, directed by the guy who directed Romper Stomper. And I remember being disappointed by it. It was trying to be too artsy. How old was Mendo in 1990? I kind of think Mendo's about my age. Oh, he's a little bit younger than me. In 1990, he was 21. I actually do. Because and yeah, AZ has an IMDb. Probably both of us doing stuff for Dave Blumenstein animations. Okay, I'm just gonna look up IMDb. Look up Adrian. I spelt that wrong. Adrian Kalia. An actor in Mollusks. Yep, no, Adrian Kalia is on there for a couple of Dave Blumens, because Dave Blumenstein put his animations on IMDb. What was Mollusks? I don't know what that is. Sean McAuliffe was in it, and Bob Franklin was in it, and Dave Callan was in it. Animated comedy about crime, sex, and invertebrates. Okay, who it was that a Dave Blumenstein thing? Production company Splicefest. What has David Blumenstein got on there? Director, be a man. The funniest thing is I did not even know the name of my character. SPF 50, you like that I've got an IMDb entry? Technically, there are a bunch of people who, when they did stuff on YouTube, they they submit it to IMDb. So I could technically put a bunch of my YouTube stuff on IMDb. But I did not submit myself. Dave Blumenstein did. So it is what it is. We my YouTube channel can legally drink in Australian pubs. It's 18 years old now. So in terms of people being aware of me on the internet, it has been a while. Dave Graney is a musician. He had quite a few bands. He's a really good musician, actually. Thinking about, okay, what names has Dave Graney recorded under? He was originally in the Moodists. The Coral Snakes and the White Buffaloes were the ones I know. That was 80s into the 90s. But his original band was called the Moodists. In the 80s and 90s, he was in the Coral Snakes and the White Buffaloes. And he performed various things, the Dave Graney Show. But yeah, the ones I remember are the Coral Snakes and the White Buffaloes from the 80s and 90s. Really good musician. Look up Adrian Calear, Calear. It's mainly Dave Blumenstein stuff. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, you're watching long before you could drink. And thank you for coming back. Yeah. But yes. Oh wow, what a thing, eh? What a thing. The internet. Oh god, if I was like more driven, could have achieved more things and whatnot. Oh, I will just always love your YouTube gave me a creative outlet for so many years. And I suppose my creative outlet at the moment is the cocktail videos, which I enjoy doing. And these streams have just become a hangout with a few friends, because I determined that was the thing I wanted to do because of how fucked up COVID made things. You're remembering the 90s and noughties. When did I get on the internet? Sort of, when would it have been? Like 96? I probably got on the internet in about 96. Something like that. When commercial internet access was easily available in Australia. I mean, technically, you could have got on the internet much earlier than that. So if you got online in 99, I don't remember. I got online sometime between 94 and 96. Somewhere around then. With TPG, my first, and they're still around, but my first official ISP was TPG. Did eventually switch to Telstra. We're having a chilled stream. I do like chilled streams. It's good. Trick say you got on in 95? Oh, fuck knows when Dubbo got internet. I was in Sydney at that point. But And also, if you were at uni, you could have got on the internet sooner as well. SPF 98 for you. You were 7 years old. Your dad had a nerd friend. Nice. Yeah, I was like dial up, 14400 fucking dial up modems. My first internet access, and I was on dial up right till. No, I did not have internet in Bathurst. Technically, there may have been some form of internet at the college, but I was not aware of it. Yeah, I eventually worked up to 56K. And then I was like starting writing stuff for a blog, and I got broadband for the first time. And I considered doing things as a podcast, people said, but then YouTube was just taking off. Like this was like a year after YouTube had launched, and it was just getting big. And I just went, yeah, I'm going to start doing videos. Dr. Abigail, you got to go. I got to go. I go any minute now. Just waiting for Mrs. Angry to message me and say she's going to bed. Just going to put a bit more flavour in that thing for Mrs. Angry's hot chocolate in the morning. I haven't missed a message, have I? No, I have not. But I think I will. I'll finish this. A little taste of this. This is my clarified old-fashioned. We all got to go. It's that time. Have a little swig of this. Oh, god damn, that's good. I mean, Safa, probably party night tomorrow. We'll see how we go. Oh, you're picking up someone from the airport. Okay. Good luck with that. SPF, you got to go to bed. Going to far north Queensland. Wow, off on a contract for 3 weeks. Okay, well, I hope that all goes well for you. Oh my god, fucking yummy cherry. Okay, I reckon I'm done. Oh my god, I love that shit so much. How many cherries are left in this jar? Do I think? 3, 4. No, maybe as many as 10 still in there. Who knows? Find me a nice rock. I appreciate the thought of you finding me a nice rock. Thank you. But I am going sleepy bobos. So I hope you fine and funky folk take care of yourselves. Probably gonna see how much of a party night I can make it tomorrow night. I don't want to completely wipe myself out because probably going to try and do a stream on Saturday night as well. So, it's the whole pacing myself because I'm fucking old and I can't be wiping myself out multiple nights in a row. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go to bed. You'll take